Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor Elgato Gaming and the HD60S capture card, the green screen that I'm using behind me, and of course the brand new key lights that I'm using in my setup. If you guys are looking to pick up any of these items to improve your content creation game, then of course I would highly recommend them, and you can use my link to my Elgato profile down below in the description. So let's move on in to today's episode. You know what the team's looking like. We're not actually going to be using this team today, where I did a little bit off camera, basically playing squad battles and a couple of online friendlies, well, just against like one of my mates, so that we could unlock the draft token from playing squad battles, and also the foot swap deals player as well. So I now will have 4 out of 4 foot swap deal players so far, which is good. And then we get the draft token pack, which is actually where we're going to focus on today. I'm going to do a draft, see how we can get on, and hopefully get some alright packs and stuff. So that's the idea anyway. So we'll use our free draft token to enter. Now, if you haven't done that already, you will have just seen it on your screens, but the way you get it is basically assisting 5 goals in squad battles on a minimum of professional difficulty. So you can do it in one game. Basically, I just subbed on 2 silver players in like cam spots, and then made sure that they were the ones passing it through to Ronaldo or Nedved or whoever it was that I was using in my normal squad, and so that the silver players got the assists, but people like Ronaldo and Nedved could still score, and that's basically how you get it. And you can do that in one game against professional, right? So we managed to easily get that done. I also played against the featured squad battle, which is Bateson this week, and if you ever wanted to have a nice scoreline against Bateson, who is clearly a very good FIFA Ultimate Team player, now's the chance. Go on beginner, go on amateur, and absolutely slap him, and yeah, tweet him that scoreline. I'm sure he'll love it. I'm sure he's seen it plenty of times this week. But we obviously did that, and because I want to get up to at least silver 3 in squad battles for another foot swap player. In my mind, I've sort of changed my mind of what I might want to get for foot swap. I might want to get that Goretzka, the ones to watch Goretzka. I don't know if he'll ever really get boosted or upgraded or anything, but it's still someone which I wouldn't mind having, you know. If I ever went down like a Bundesliga route, it'd be cool to have a version of Goretzka in my club that we could get for free this month, over that 87 Suso, who, I don't know, he's like 60k, and that would save us about 60k in an SBC, which is also a very valid point and a good option if we wanted to do something expensive like another icon or something down the line. But at the moment, I'm thinking that we're probably going to go with Goretzka by paying 10 foot swap token thingies. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So whilst I've just been chatting there, we basically built a draft. I'm terrible at building drafts, so I don't know if I chose all the correct players and whatnot, but I basically decided to go with this squad right here. It's not too bad. We've got a couple of half decent players in there. It's a 190. I don't think that's great anymore. People are trying to get like 194s, aren't they, or 193s? I don't know. But it's a pretty solid team. It's definitely not ideal that we've got someone like PK in the squad, but I would prefer to play it like that, with Maradona in the starting lineup on 10 chem and then Ronaldo on 8 chemistry with the manager, than I would to have started Emre Can to get Ronaldo full chem. Like, I don't see necessarily the need for that. It was just nice to get a lot of the other players, mainly nearly on full chemistry, and have a nice starting lineup. So the first match we go on to, or into here, is against a 5 at the back team. At the time I was like, okay, I think my team's stronger than that, but one thing I have noticed is that playing this game on, I feel like draft feels a little bit different. I don't know about you guys. I guess maybe I'm used to playing on like full-on dedicated servers, and I'm not sure if draft is or isn't. Oh, by the way, we go 1-0 up here with a Diego Maradona free kick. He just moved the goalkeeper a little bit too much, gave me too much option to just bang it there, and we are able to score with the 95 rated version of Maradona. But yeah, the game I feel like the gameplay feels a little bit different. I don't know if that's just in my head, possibly is. And 2, obviously, you have to play with the formation that you pick. Now, we have a defensive 4-3-3, which is not ideal. I nearly chose like a 3 at the back formation to try and build a cool squad, but I also felt like if I didn't get 3 super OP centre-backs, then I'm going to be just screwed off the get-go. At least with a 4-3-3, I know that I've got a couple of wingers and a lot of solid defensemen, like the defense and the defensive midfielders. That kind of would work for us. So I don't know. I felt a little bit lacking up top, even despite having the players that I did up there: Bale, Ronaldo, Giggs, and Maradona. Also felt a little bit shafted with the 2 prime icon moments that we got given. Ryan Giggs, I'm just not interested in, and then Jens Lehmann, it's just like, not amazing ones, are they? Whereas, you know, I've seen so much stuff on Twitter, because for some reason draft is hyped at the moment, and I guess it is because of prime icon moments. People are getting a lot of them. I fluff a chance there with Ryan Giggs to go 2-1 up. I really should have taken that one, but it's a super even game. Not 100% sure which way this one's going to go, but we will push on forward and try and get another goal. One thing I will say is that this Vestergaard, who I think is just a non-rare gold, right, had an absolute worldie against me. Whether it was my opponent doing some good actual manual defending, or whether or not he was AI, like that Vestergaard was AI defending, I really struggled against him, which is just so weird to say when I was using the attackers that I was using. But I guess that's maybe props to my opponent for being a fairly decent player. So at the end of the 90 minutes, it's 1-1 still. We have to push on into extra time. Pogba plays it into Griezmann, and he just turns and shoots. And I'd been managing to sort of cut that out all game long. And he didn't have many of those opportunities because I would tackle him beforehand. But he got that one off and scored the goal. And I was like, damn, now we're behind. Now we've really got to get back into this. Bale forces a corner after a good save from De Gea. And then the short corner doesn't really work out for me. But Ronaldo knocks it back into Giggs, who gets sort of cleared. Well, I want to aggressively tackle this one with Luka Modric. And we get it back, play it into Gareth Bale, and I strike it first time in off the bar. 114th minute. Nearly as late as we could possibly score. You know, there's only 5 or 6 minutes left on the clock there, and in FIFA terms, that goes very fast. So this one's going to go all the way to penalties. At least we were able to get it back, and well, the first penalty, I strike Mascherano, and it hits the post. Yeah, I obviously just angled it a little bit too far right, and it didn't quite work out for us. Cavani then nets one. I moved my goalkeeper. I sort of stepped him over. So, yeah, it was fine that he scored that, even though I dived the correct way. I then score with Ryan Giggs. Figo steps up. Not really sure which way to go, and eventually end up diving the correct way, and we level it out. So it's literally evens right now. We've both scored one, both missed one. Ronaldo steps up. Calmly slots that one into the left corner, and then Hamsik steps up. Can I save this one? Yes, I can. So it's now advantage lasting. We're 1 ahead. I've saved his last 2 penalties. Bale steps up. It looks like he's going right, but I strike it left, and my opponent actually thinks I'm going down the middle. So, yeah, I guess I was going to score if I went either way there. And then I end up saving his final one with Lehmann. And that was his save from his Griezmann. And I end up winning 3-1 on penalties to push me through to the next round of the draft. And it would have been nice. It would have been very embarrassing if we'd have gone out in the first round. But he was a solid opponent, I have to admit. Next game, we come up against this. Now, these are the sorts of icons I want to use. I wanted to have a 95 rated Maldini. A 93 Zanetti is someone that I actually would quite like to use as a position change. Gary Lineker looks pretty solid as well. And off the very first kickoff, some nice 1-2 play between Maradona and Bale. Leads to Maradona having a shot, but it doesn't quite work out for us. Bale then turns it around here just to get on his strong foot. But a good amount of pressure from the goalkeeper and defenders mean that I just tap that one wide of the post. I then get it through to Bale again. And I can't believe I've not scored that one. That's the one that annoys me, because that is fairly composed. All it is a finesse shot. They've nerfed him into the ground, and it's just gone wide of the post. Whereas, you know, a couple of patches ago, that would have sailed in easily, right? Good double save from Jens Lehmann to stop me going 1-0 up with that chance right there. And then Mbappe manages to... I mean, this is a very odd situation. He El Tornadoes it, plays it into Lineker, who volleys it against both posts. It comes out, and somehow I'm not losing. So at the end of the game, it goes all the way to extra time again. But it was 0-0 this one. No goals in the first 90 minutes. However, Luka Modric just steps around a couple of players, plays a 1-2 with Mascherano, knocks it into Ronaldo. I strike it, and it goes in off the post. So no goals in 90 minutes, and then I get the kickoff goal in extra time and manage to take that one. Kante then pushes forward on that surge and run. Team of the Year Kante is kind of insane, by the way. Ronaldo plays it into Modric, holds that up nicely, and he just slots it into the back of the net. 2-0, 100 minutes on the clock. It's looking good that we're going through on into the next round. And at half time, in extra time, we've definitely brought it back and shown that we're not just hanging in there in this game. But kickoff happens for my opponent at the start of the second half of extra time. He runs it through with Raheem Sterling, a substitute with loads of pace. Mbappe plays it back to him. I try and move the keeper. I genuinely thought he was going to hit it near post, but fair play, my opponent scored the goal. And then very late on, Lehmann makes a great save, but I clear it horrifically. And then somehow, it's all down to me. That's totally my fault. I needed to clear that so much better, but I just got a bit flustered, didn't clear it well enough, and well, of course, a bicycle kick from Lingard goes in the 117th minute. The worst bit is I get through one-on-one with a chance to score with Ronaldo there and completely bottle it. That's just the way it goes. But from the resulting corner, we whip it into Ronaldo's head, and he heads it straight into the back of... Oh, wait, no, it's headed away from the defender. You thought I was going to score there, didn't you? Doesn't quite work out for me. Last couple of kicks of the game, booted it away, and this one's also going to go to penalties. Can we win 2 shootouts in a row? That is the real question. I step up with Mascherano and go 1-0 up. My opponent steps up with Justin Kluivert. He also hits his straight down the middle, so we are even right now. Cristiano Ronaldo goes left, and then, to be honest, I genuinely thought I moved that over to the right, but you can clearly see that I didn't do it quick enough. It locked into the left, and my opponent saves it, and then scores with Sterling, so he is now in advantage +1. Bale steps up, scores. Nice one. Nicely. I sort of went left and right, all sorts there, so we didn't know which way I was looking, but Suarez steps up and scores as well, straight down the middle. Diego Maradona steps up, and I changed direction at the last minute, thank God, because that puts us in. It kind of keeps us in the game right now. Neymar steps up and scores. So really, I have to score this one, otherwise it's game over. N'Golo Kante steps up, goalkeeper goes the right way, and we are out of the draft in the second round. Both of the games I found really tough, and both of the games went to penalties, so it's just kind of crazy, really. Whether or not I got a bit unfortunate and had some difficult opponents, or whether I'm just down to that level now after not playing FIFA very often lately, or whether I just suck at draft, I don't know. But either way, we get like 3 packs. The draft token was free in itself. We literally earned it in 1 game, so it's not the end of the world. It was just a big opportunity to win the draft and potentially get something good. But obviously all of the people that are entering, doing that squad battles thing, are all getting a free draft entry, so there's going to be lots of people that are really sweating to try and win and stuff, so it's just unfortunate that we kind of failed. You know, I definitely would say that that's a fail more than anything, especially... We do alright in the weekend league typically, so I was expecting the draft to be something that I could at least maybe get to the final in. I think I've done 1 draft on FIFA 19 and I won it, so I was definitely hoping and expecting for a little bit better, but unfortunately we are out of the draft. And from a free gold pack that I got from my final reward pack is when we actually pack something half decent, and that is an 84 rated Cesc Fabregas. It could have been a lot better, but it actually could have been worse as well. So I'll take it. Not really too bothered, but hey, at least it was enough to give us content to try a different team and make an episode for you today. And then Thursday night, of course, marquee matchups comes out. OM versus Nice. So Marseille versus Nice was the first one that we were able to complete. And then we have a Mexican League match between Monterrey and Tigres. And then we have, what was this one? Crystal Palace Brighton, which if you haven't done that one already, you get a 25k pack for that SBC. And then the final one here was Birmingham Villa. Of course, the Brummie Derby. And then marquee matchups is complete. So we get a rare Electrum Players pack for that one, but overall I would say marquee matchups is incredibly underwhelming again this week. Like a silver players pack, like that's not too bad. It doesn't seem great because like you're not there sitting there thinking, oh my god, I wish I'd pack a silver player, right? Everyone wants to pack a walkout gold player. But 6 rare silvers, you've got a good chance of packing someone from a league SBC that's fairly expensive. The issues that I really have are like when you just do an SBC to get a gold pack. A 5k gold pack, it's really no value to anyone. It just feels like it's a pointless reward. I would love to see them stepped up in the future, but it's definitely marquee matchups just seems more toned down than ever, and I wish it wouldn't be, because it's something that I do quite like completing. An SBC I like to do every week, and I would rather pay more. I'd rather like this marquee matchups will settle at like 20k, 25k, something like that. I'd rather pay 40k, 45k, or 50k even to get those 4 challenges done. That may seem expensive, but to get much better pack rewards, to give people a chance to get something good. I don't see why that's an issue. But hey, it is what it is. I've said this to you guys multiple times before, and I have actually fed this back as well. Who knows what's in the plans for the future, right? We get Milik in the last one, so even the overall rewards from marquee matchups for me were just unfortunately unlucky, not amazing. We get a couple of players that may be selling from League SBCs. I thought I'd just show you putting all 4 of these in here to show you that I do have 4 foot swaps available. And then this, of course, is the team that we will go into the weekend league with. Now, the other thing, apart from marquee matchups that started at 6 PM on Thursday night, was we got a little splash screen, and that was really all it was. It just said, starting in 23 hours, 59 minutes, and all there is a white screen with a yellow, like, paint splash across it, and that's the only info I've got so far on what's coming out tomorrow. Maybe by the time you're watching this they might have hinted at a little bit more, I'm not too sure, but it looks as though we've got a cool promo starting tonight. If so, I'm very excited, and I will try and make the most of that over the weekend for your uploads for the Road to Glory. Then guys, that is it for today. I know I haven't asked you yet, and if you're still here, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much in advance. If we can hit anywhere near 2,000 likes, that would be brilliant. Have a lovely day. Most importantly, come follow me on Twitter and Insta. You can find those links down below. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch